Hi everybody, how are we all doing? So today is Friday the 31st of January 2014 and breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Oh dear, I can't believe it's just exploding all over the internet right now, but Lex Luthor and Alfred J. Pennyworth have both been cast for the Man of Steel sequel featuring Batman and Wonder Woman, to be released on May 6th, 2016. And the actors who are playing both characters, okay, I'll start off with Alfred. Jeremy Irons, well-known British actor, Academy Award winner, and he's going to be playing Alfred, as I've just said there. So yeah, so that's a really good choice there. The actor who's been cast as Lex Luthor is the one that's actually causing the epic fan reaction as we speak. Jesse Eisenberg. Yeah. I'm not going to go against or for the decision, so I'm sitting on the fence for this one. I can kind of see where they're going or how they want to portray the character. Obviously, given the realistic world and the universe that they've put Man of Steel in, and bringing Batman and Wonder Woman and potentially other DC Comics characters into that as well, you could probably see this Lex as a Mark Zuckerberg type, but he still needs to have the ruthlessness and the intimidation that we know of Lex in the comics in particular. So I'm hoping Jesse's going to be given a handful of comics to read, to really understand how he has to portray the character. The reaction is pretty much rivaling Heath Ledger's casting news when he was cast as the Joker, and we all know how that one turned out. So I know a lot of people keep going back to that one, but it is the perfect example, to be perfectly honest. Here's a guy who not many people liked as an actor. Some of his films were mediocre until Brokeback Mountain, of course. Some people liked A Knight's Tale. 10 Things I Hate About You was pretty good comedy for him. You know, but when he was cast as the Joker, you know, just epic blowout occurred, and then everyone saw the film and was like, okay, yeah, we were wrong. You know. So again, we don't know what the casting process was like, what the audition, how it happened. So you know, Zach and everybody else involved, we're none the wiser as to the procedure that happened during the casting process and whatever it was they were auditioning, and even if Jesse actually auditioned with Henry, doing a screen test, and possibly with Ben Affleck as well. You know, Jeremy Irons doing a similar thing with Ben Affleck as well. So all of these things put together, the process and such, you know, we don't know. So yeah, a lot of people are not happy about the casting choice for Lex in particular. People still say that they wish it was Bryan Cranston. Obviously Joaquin Phoenix as well was in there. You know, so it is an interesting choice. And the funny part is, a lot of people are actually commenting on the age, commenting on how Jesse Eisenberg looks. Now, I even had no idea about this, but Jesse and Henry Cavill are actually the same age. They're just a few months apart. They're both 30 years old. I honestly did not know that. So yeah, very, very interesting choice there. So as I say, I think for Jesse to really nail the role, try not to emulate what, or imitate rather, what Michael Rosenbaum did in Smallville, because that's a whole different kettle of fish. You know, when I was in Metropolis last year, I actually had a chat with Michael Rosenbaum, and I did say to him that, you know, I wished that they had cast him as Lex for the movie. You know, and I even did a video about it as well, during the when Man of Steel actually announced that they were going to make that movie. So, and I told him about it, and he made a joke, how he the producers suck for not calling him this, that and the other. But then later on I thought to myself, well, if you get Rosenbaum in as Lex, then it means fans are going to want everybody else from Smallville to appear. Tom Welling's got to be a Superman, or Lois Lane's going to be played by Erica Durant, and they've got to have Chloe Sullivan in there by Alison Mack, and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, okay, no, it's not Smallville the movie. This is a whole different level of a gameplay now. So, but for Jesse to really, not to imitate what Rosenbaum did, he's got to read the comics as well. He's got to really channel and try to understand Lex's psyche, because I think this universe is not just going to be about Lex being a billionaire and being so powerful with all the money that he has, but there's going to be the technological aspects, because we all remember what happened with the ship, Zod's armor, and other bits and pieces that have been left around Metropolis. There's got to be, he's got to have that intimidation and ruthlessness as well about him. And nobody could do ruthless Lex better than Michael Rosenbaum did. But at the same time, yes, I know people were expecting Lex to be older, but in some comics, Lex and Superman are pretty much the same age, give or take a few years. It'll be interesting to see how Jesse's going to look without hair. So that'll be interesting indeed. But yeah, he's really got to learn the character. I mean, if I remember correctly, Heath Ledger's process of learning about the Joker and how he was going to portray the Joker in The Dark Knight, he actually spent, was it 3 to 6 months in a mental institute, to better understand how these people behave in that environment. And he obviously studied them, and I think he put himself in that position of being a certified wacko, basically. So if Jesse does something similar like that, we could have a performance that could mirror what Heath Ledger did in The Dark Knight. We could really have a performance that could mirror that. So as I say, I'm all for it. I will see how it turns out. Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I think perfect casting for Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I mean, how many great British actors we have had as Alfred over the years. We've obviously had Michael Gough, the late and great Michael Gough, in the early Batman films. Then obviously, if you watched Birds of Prey, it only lasted for a season. Ian Abercrombie played Alfred in that series, and then obviously the great Sir Michael Caine in the recent Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, and now Jeremy Irons joins the elusive list as well. So it's quite an interesting choice, and we have had some amazing people play Alfred over the years. So I'm all for Jeremy Irons. I think he'll do a damn good job. Him, just to see him and Ben Affleck, that'll be an interesting combination. I think that will be. There's going to be some comedy there as well. I can see that, because that's what Alfred is all about. He's all about the quirks and his sarcasm as well, in some sense, against Bruce Wayne and how he behaves, and it'll be interesting. I cannot wait to see how that comes out. So that'll be good. But yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, oof, my dear boy, please do not look at the internet for the next 48 hours, because as I'm reading it now, as I'm scrolling it now, it's like so many people. Some people thinking it's weird. Others are going, oh my god, this is the worst thing ever. Some people are saying, right, that's it, Warner's, you're not getting my money, all that usual crap. People saying, oh, we got Eisenberg instead of Heisenberg, given the whole Walter White Breaking Bad reference there as well. Some people are saying, oh, we're expecting Lex Luthor to be of a similar age as Bruce Wayne, because apparently Bruce Wayne's going to be a man in his 40s, because obviously, as it said, Batman's going to be a seasoned and wearied character, crime fighter type type person. But I don't see the problem with that. I really don't see a problem with having someone portraying Lex as a younger sort of version. I mean, you know, he will be in his 30s or so. But it's, as I say, it's all about the intimidation and the ruthlessness. Can you just imagine a conversation that could take place between Lex and Bruce? Oof, that would be something interesting. But yeah, let your comments be known, please. Just let rip and let's see what you think. I was actually going to do this video tomorrow because I was going to wait for the dust to settle as such. But then I thought, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna drill right into it right now. So yeah, there we go. We're not surprised that Lex is going to be in the movie. You know, there were hints in Man of Steel, all the LexCorp logos pretty much around Metropolis, and even in Smallville when Clark got dropped off by the at home by a LexCorp truck as well. So yeah, interesting times. It'll be very interesting. But I've not even seen The Social Network, so I might just watch that at some point this weekend to gauge Jesse Eisenberg's role in that film. I did see Now You See Me, which I really liked, and he was, you know, it's Jesse at the end of the day, so I'm sure his role in The Social Network is going to be totally different, but we'll see. Yeah, as I say, let yourself be known below and let me know what you thought about this recent casting news. I can't believe this has happened. Unexpected, absolutely shocking, but who knows how it's going to turn out. We'll see. Thank you all very much. See you all very soon. Bye.